Hello, hello, Scorpios, and welcome to my channel. I am Ivy Rose with Creatively Ivy Rose Oracle Readings. Now, this is a general reading for all of my Scorpios out there, so it may resonate with you, but it may not. But if it does, please like and subscribe, as that'll help me to pick up on all of your energy for future readings. Now, all of the decks that I'm going to be using are shown here on my table, but there will also be links in the description below where you can find and purchase each one. And I also offer personal readings, so if anyone is interested, the link will also be in the description below. All right, just a couple of announcements before we get into your reading, Scorpio. So we have made it another month. We are in November. Yay! Isn't that great news? Well, that being said, Thanksgiving is coming up, and I will be going out of town to visit some family for Thanksgiving. So that being said, I do apologize, as the beginning of December's readings will be a little bit later than expected. Normally I shoot for the first, and if not, for the second, as you can clearly see with this video. But I will not be getting back until the middle of the first week of December, so I will do my very best to have them done by the end of that week. Furthermore, my shop will be temporarily closed, put on vacation, and I'm shooting to close it between, well, the week before Thanksgiving, midweek that week. Okay, so my suggestion to any of you who would like a personal reading is to go ahead and get them ordered now, so that I can go ahead and work on those, because once that deadline comes, I'm going to go ahead and close the shop so that I don't get too overwhelmed doing all of these readings and having to pack up and leave right before I have to go. Okay, and finally, we are going to introduce these beautiful babies right here. So these are some runes that my mother gave to me, and now I'm going to be sharing them with all of you, and I am so very excited. Thank you all so much for going on this journey with me, as it's still very experimental as my channel continues to grow and flourish. And I'm excited to share a new form of divination with you guys. So if that's something that you would like to see more, me introducing other forms of divination instead of just the oracle, please comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Tarot is still something that I'm getting a little more used to, but I don't mind bringing a little bit of that into the readings as well. So again, comment below if that's something that you'd like to see. And let's go ahead and get into it, okay? So the first deck that I'm going to be using is The Secret Language of the Animals. And I love this deck. I have not used it very often, so I am very excited to go ahead and use and share it with you guys today. All right, so let's get some beginning messages for Scorpio. Spirit, what do you have to tell Scorpio at this time? Beginning messages for Scorpio's reading for the month of November. What do we have? All right, anything else? Ooh, these cards can be very, very hard to grab. They're really, really big, and as you can probably see, my hands are really, really small, so. All right. Very interesting. We have some insect energy. Let's see what that's about. So we have bee, creativity, purpose, harvest, and devotion. And lotus blue butterfly, transformation, becoming lightness and beauty. So let's go ahead and start with the bee. It's number 31. Alrighty. Bee comes into your world with a clear and simple message. It is your mission to devote yourself to the harvesting and sharing of your divine gifts. Do not question it. Do not doubt it. Do not force for a moment. Do not for a moment think that your gift is not needed. Do not for 1 second think that the absence of your expression would go unnoticed. Like the quintessential role that bee plays in pollinating flowers to make food for our planet, you came here with a creative gift that needs to be harvested and brought forth. Your soul yearns for it. The balance of our planet relies on it. Bee is calling you to play your part, to embark on the mission of discovering the nectar and the gold of your own being and bringing it forth to share with others. B says we each have our own unique part to play, and while it is important to discover our own note to play, there is also a deep fulfillment in dissolving into the greater chorus of the hive. Be humble and quietly focused on the task at hand. Be resilient and generous in your interaction with others. Do not be concerned if you have been recognized today for your great deeds. Allow yourself to be fed by your devotion and by the pulse of creation flowing within you, in whatever form it takes. With B as your guide, you will discover the sweet power of service as a gift in itself. Reward will come in the quiet witness of others benefiting from the fruit of your creation and awakening to their own. Now is a powerful time to ask yourself, how can my daily work and way of being serve the earth and those around me, perhaps in ways that you don't even realize? And here's a daily affirmation for you, Scorpio. I came into this world with a divine purpose. From my first steps to my final flight, I fulfill each day anew. I nurture myself and share my gifts, playing my part in the greater whole. So let me know if you guys can see that. You guys can write that down and say it as often as you like. All right, so universe is calling you to get more in touch with your creative talents at this time. I don't know if some of you have been putting that off for a while because, of course, with everything that's been going on in the world, life has been difficult. And I understand. I am also a creative, and I definitely feel in that regard because, you have to take on the role of the adult, and you have to take on the role of, being the stability and, all of those things that have come with these trials and tribulations in these parts of our journeys. November, though, and I've been getting this energy for most of my readings, if not all of them. November has been a big month, or is going to be, a big month of transformation and change, and a lot of creative energy starting to come back through to a lot of us. So again, universe is calling you to get more in touch with that creative part of yourself, with that creative endeavor, with your talents, with your gifts. We as human beings, we want to be gratified right now for the things that we do. Okay? And I know exactly how that feels and how disappointing it can feel when you come out with some creative endeavor or with one of your talents and you feel like you don't have enough support, or you don't have that circle of people that's backing you up. Do not let that discourage you, Scorpio. Okay? This is just a test for you. This is the universe seeing how far you will take this talent, and if you are going to be patient in order to have those people that are meant to indulge in that talent of yours. If you're going to wait for those people to come forward and you're going to do your best to push yourself out there in order to attract these people and your support systems and the people that are supposed to give you that gratification, that what you're doing is for the greatest good, and it's for the greatest good for not only yourself but for the people that are indulging in this. Okay? So again, universe wants you to bring back forward this creative energy, to get back in touch with those creative talents, with those creative gifts that you have been putting to the side or on the back burner for so long, Scorpio. Now is the time. And again, so much beautiful creative energy is coming forward in the month of November. Now is the time to start embodying this energy again, because this is what's going to help you to get in touch with that part of yourself, in touch with the spiritual part of yourself that has direct contact with these gifts. Okay? And to separate yourself ever so slightly from the 3D world and all of the problems that we tend to engulf ourselves in when things like this in the world are occurring. Okay? And Lotus Blue Butterfly. Let's see. That is number 34. Let's move these guys over just a bit. Alrighty. When Butterfly dances into your world, she comes with gifts of light and beauty amidst the transformation of becoming all that you truly came here to be. Every journey has phases. There are times when new ideas and parts of us are first being born as seeds or eggs of the possible in our world. Oh, excuse me. There are times when, as larva, you begin your movement towards those visions, building the foundations of daily practice, discipline, and focused intent. There are times when you must draw inward as chrysalis in reflection, growth, and self-care. And there are times when you must use everything you have to break free from past limitations and expand your way of being, to open your wings fully, and in this life, experience yourself flying. Sometimes we can get stuck trying to solve life's challenges with old ways of thinking, when what is really being called for is a whole new way of being. Butterfly comes as a powerful reminder for you to be where you are on the journey, but stay open to the greater aspects of your being that are ready to come through. Whatever challenges you may face along the way are part of your transformation. Take the lesson as a gift and move on, knowing you are building the key strengths and qualities that will be needed for who you are becoming. Each step is sacred, and your soul is moving ever in the direction of spreading its wings. If the burdens feel too much to carry, remember that butterfly moves between worlds with her lightness of being, spontaneous and free. Awaken your connection to the simple pleasures and joys of life. Smell the flowers, stand in the morning dew, welcome the sunrise with a smile, dance in the lightness of life. And here's another affirmation for you. I am a pure expression of God's beauty. I am light. I am free. I have emerged from my cocoon. I am me. Wow, that's beautiful. And that goes hand in hand with the bee energy. So the word transformation was brought up in this description, and we were just talking about a big transformation happening in November. So this is universe's way of affirming to you that this is what's happening. If things feel a little weird or it feels like a transitionary phase, that is because of this transformation, okay? So universe is reminding you that in the midst of embodying bees energy and in the midst of putting it hand in hand with butterflies energy, to remember that this is a time for growth and transformation and change, and universe wants you to embrace that at this time. That's not only going to put you in touch with this new energy that's trying to come forward here, but it's going to help you feel more lighthearted and more free, instead of staying in that fear-based way of thinking, that old paradigm way of thinking, and saying to yourself, oh, this is too hard, I can't do this feels too taxing, I don't like this change, I want to stay complacent. No, the universe is trying to push you, Scorpio, in the direction that you are supposed to be heading into, which is this beautiful transformative energy, bringing out these talents and these creative gifts and this light and this love that is within each and every one of you. Okay? So this is the universe pushing you in the direction of your higher self, and pushing you into the being that you are supposed to be right now. Okay? And in allowing yourself to move forward and to embody this energy, there are times where you are going to have to focus inward. You're going to have to enter that chrysalis phase. You're going to have to separate yourself from people and just delve into yourself to figure out what these talents are, the things that you like, the person that you want to grow into as this transformation happens. So if need be, Scorpio, you can always pull back. You always have the power to say no to people, to places, to things, and just, again, come back to yourself. Get grounded back within yourself. Because in getting in touch with that, you are also getting in touch with your higher self and the person who lives within you, the person who wants to be brought out, that inner child, that person with these creative talents and with these gifts and with all that light and with all of that beautiful positive energy. You will start to find this person, and you'll be able to bring this person out so much more. Okay? So instead of getting so grounded in the problems and the problematic aspects of going through this journey, instead, take the things for what they are, take them as lessons, so that you can move forward and you can start paving your way into this energy. Okay? So again, instead of looking at them like challenges, find the strengths and the qualities within yourself that are going to come from these challenges and that are going to help you to surpass them. Okay? So with this transformation, along with embodying this creative energy, universe is saying to you, hey, it's time to shift your perspective in the way that you're looking at this transformation. And again, instead of looking at it as something negative, take the lessons and move forward and allow yourself to make this way for more positivity. And in doing that, you will be able to embody this energy, this lighthearted, creative, beautiful, free-flowing energy. So instead of being stuck in the moment's challenges, you can just be, and you can allow these things to go with the flow of life. That's what butterflies do. Okay? All right, so next we have the wonderful runes right here. So for anybody who's a little off-put or doesn't really know what runes are, just another form of divination, works pretty much the same as the oracles do and tarot does. It's either a stone or a piece of wood or crystals, whatever the runes are made out of. I just like stone because stone is a lot more grounding. Has a specific symbol on it, and the symbol will correlate to a message that you are supposed to hear. Now, these also have reversal meanings, but don't be alarmed by reversal meanings. Just like in tarot, it doesn't mean that there is bad energy. It doesn't mean that something bad is going to happen. It is just the universe's way of saying, hey, here's a blockage, or here's something that needs to be fixed within your journey so that you can move forward, so that you can better pinpoint it and start healing those things to move forward. Okay? Now, I do this very similar to when I choose the oracle, except I can't just let the stones fall out, but I shuffle with my eyes closed, so when the timing feels right, I go ahead and pick a rune. And I don't think this is going to have a reversal meaning, because either way you put it, it's going to be the same, but let's go ahead and see what your rune is, Scorpio. All right. Fertility. Ooh, interesting. Let's see. Ing, legendary hero, later a god. All right, so what page are you on? 107. Ingus. I believe that's the name of the rune. Like I've been saying with all these runes in all of my videos, if I'm saying them wrong, please somebody correct me in the comments. I am totally up for feedback, so please don't let me sound stupid. So Ingus. This rune is akin to the moon, the intuitive part of our nature, with its urge towards harmonizing and adjusting in the sphere of personal relationships. Ingus embodies the need to share, the yearning to be desired, a search after similarities. The completion of beginnings is what Ingus requires. Drawing this rune may mark a time of joyful deliverance, of new life, a new path. A rune of great power. Receiving it means that you now have the strength to achieve completion, resolution from which comes a new beginning. Above all, completion is crucial here. It may be timely that you complete some project now. If so, make that your first priority. Perhaps a difficult state of mind can be clarified or resolved. The appearance of this rune indicates that you must fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. All things change, and we cannot live permanently amongst obstructions. Ingus signals your emergence from a closed chrysalis state. Oh my God, the way that these intertwine with one another. As you resolve and clear away the old, you will experience a release from tension and uncertainty. You may be required to free yourself from a rut, habit, or relationship, from some deep cultural or behavioral pattern, some activity that was quite proper to the self you are leaving behind. The time of birth is always a critical one. Movement can involve danger, and yet movement that is timely leads out of danger. That the time has come to enter the delivery room. Another of the cycle runes, Ingus, counsels preparation, being centered and grounded, freeing yourself from all unwanted influences, and seeing the humor. You are indeed prepared to open the will of heaven and await your deliverance with calm certainty. So there goes that butterfly energy. Oh my God, that that really took me for a loop, knowing how these energies are intertwined with one another. So new beginnings. This is what this rune entails. New beginnings. And again, honing and harnessing that joyful energy, that beginning energy, and putting it into embodying this energy, okay? So for some of you, of course, like I say in all of my readings, take this how it resonates with you, but there is a big handful of you, I'm getting the feeling, that again with this bee energy had been working on some kind of a creative project, a creative endeavor. It could be painting, it could be making music, I don't know, whatever that is for you, only you know, okay? But you did have that energy at one point, and then something happened. Of course, it could just be the issues that are going on in the world, or it could be something that's a little more personal to you, but there's a block right now. There is a block with bringing about that energy. You had to put that creative project to the side. And with this rune, universe is saying, hey, through closing out this cycle, this old way of being, and these old habits and these old ways of thinking, and starting this new beginning that comes with this rune, it's time to pick that project back up and start over again. Start over with this new beginning and allow yourself to take flight like the butterfly and go forward, go forth in this energy, okay? So like this is saying, you cannot live with these obstructions. The universe is trying to help you to pinpoint these obstructions that are happening right now so that you can move forward into this new beginning, and so that you can embody this beautiful, lighthearted, creative energy. Okay? But you can't do that until you allow yourself to face yourself and say, all right, the way that I've been doing things has been very stagnated. The energy that I've been embodying has been more grounded in the 3D than the 5D. And it's time for me to elevate myself. And the best way that you are going to do that is by getting in touch with that inner child that has these energies, that wants to start anew with you, that wants to grow with you, that wants to help you to find these creative talents and these creative endeavors and share them with the world. And in doing that, not only do you feel self-gratification, of course, in time with certain things, but other people stand with you in that. Other people start to figure out where their energy needs to go, and they get inspired by the things that you do, and then you create a whole movement by doing that. So just like the bee energy, just like the description was saying earlier, don't self-sabotage yourself in thinking, oh, well, my creative talent isn't that special. Like, if I were to, not exist tomorrow, nobody would notice that, something is missing. That's not true. Because every person, every plant, every animal, every insect, every little facet of life has a big role to play. There's a saying that I saw on Instagram one day, where it said, if you think that one person's impact is not enough, try sleeping in the same room with a mosquito. Isn't that so true, though? We think that we don't have these, the impact on others that we do, until we really take a step back and we look at our accomplishments and our achievements and the people's lives that we have changed through it all. Like, with me, this is what that was for me. I doubted myself. I doubted my reading capability. I'm very much a perfectionist. If something goes wrong in a reading, I automatically want to go back and redo it over because I feel like it's not good enough. But that's not true. And the way that I remind myself of this is I go back in my comments and I go back to the feedback that I've gotten on my shop, and I see how wonderfully my spiritual gift has helped others. And not everybody is going to like it. Not everybody is going to fall in love with your work. Not everybody is going to like the things that you do. But you know what? To those people, like it was saying, to those people that it resonates with, they will flock to you. And to the others, be happy that they're falling away, because they're not supposed to intertwine with your energy, and that's less of a waste of time and energy and your talent for you to give out, and you can give it to those people that really deserve it, and you can give your energy back to yourself. Okay? So it's time to pull yourself out of that energy and start anew. Have a new beginning with this creative endeavor. Have a new beginning with pulling yourself out of that old stagnant energy and allowing yourself to move into this more free, lighthearted, and beautiful energy. Okay? All right, and last but not least, we have messages from Spirit so that we can get some closing words of advice for all of you Scorpios out there. So let's get some final messages for Scorpio, some final words of wisdom and advice for Scorpio. What do we have for Scorpio? There's a lot of energy in this deck, so let's keep going, shall we? Yeah, that one I'm definitely going to pull. Because that one definitely wanted to come out. All right, any other final messages for our Scorpios out there? Anything else? All right. We are the company we keep. Are the people in your space healthy for you? That's at the bottom of the deck. So, time to start reevaluating your circle, Scorpio. There have probably been some people in here that have been serving as those blocks that we were discussing and stopping you from getting in touch with this energy. It's time to let them fall away as well. Release the old and allow yourself to be born anew, like the butterfly, new beginnings with this rune, okay? Partnership requires compromise, an open mind, and a loving heart. Again, going back to those people that you are probably surrounding yourself with, Scorpio, in the midst of reevaluating your circles, your close friends, family, whatever, whoever that is for you. Remember that all partnerships require this compromise and open-mindedness and open hearts, okay? If you're not getting that from certain people, maybe those relationships are not for you, Scorpio, okay? And as hard as that is to face, I know, because I'm also a very loving, very generous, very forgiving person. It takes a lot to get to that point with me, but you have got to love yourself and your own energy and your own new beginning to say, hey, if you're not going to be here to help support me and to help love me through this transformation and to help support my creative endeavors, I don't know if your energy is meant for me. Okay? I don't know if our energy is meant to mix with one another. And, you know, you might want to say something like that. Sometimes you might not need to say or want to say anything at all and just completely, you know, leave. And that is your prerogative. Okay? But remember, these are some of the key ingredients to having a partnership. And it does not have to be a romantic one. I always say this. It can be platonic. It can be familial. Whatever it is. But regardless, you need these things in order to make the relationships in your life work. And if you don't, and you reevaluate some of these relationships and you realize that this energy is not present, maybe that's what's holding that energy back. Because blockages can come in many ways, shapes, or forms. And of course, this will only resonate with certain few of you. So again, take it how it resonates. But for those of you that are dealing with this, remember that these specific people, these outside forces, can also serve as blocks. So in order to move from that old stagnant energy to this new beautiful beginning energy, those are some of the blockages that you're going to have to work through as well. Okay? Be careful of self-sabotage. What were we just discussing earlier? I just said this. So remember not to sabotage yourself. Do not think that you are less than. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't get on Instagram and start comparing yourself to, other people or other people's artwork or creative gifts, because what does that do for you? That brings your own energy down, and it causes you to self-sabotage. It causes you to think, "Oh, I'm not good enough to do this. Why would I want to continue this?" Get out of that energy, Scorpio. Again, that's another block. That energy will not serve you to move on into this, okay? You are enough. Your creative talents and endeavors are wonderful and beautiful and are going to serve the people that it needs to serve. And you have to have faith in yourself and your talents and your capabilities and in the people that are supposed to find you and indulge in this with you. Okay? Just because you don't have millions of followers or subscribers or, customers. My cousin put it in a way that was very, it helped me to change my perspective. At first, when I started this channel, I think it started with 3, then I went to 8 subscribers, then 15, 20, 23. And she said, listen, if I had 23 people sitting in front of me asking for my talents right now, that would be overwhelming to me. And I had to say the same thing. I was like, yeah, if I had, now I have, I think about over 150, somewhere around there. But if I had 150 people sitting in front of me right now for this reading, I would be very overwhelmed. But in a good way, because you didn't realize how impactful your stuff was until you had to put it in that frame of mind. So all that to say, put that in that frame of mind. Even if you only have 3, 4, 5 people that are asking for your creative talents at this time, really sit down and think to yourself, what if I had 5 people sitting down in front of me, not just paying me, or even if they're not paying you, either paying me for my creative talent or just here to watch as I do what I do? That's a lot. To have 5, 10, 15 people sitting in front of you, even just one person, know that you are making a difference in that person's life. They showed up for you. So do not sit in this self-sabotage energy. Because, again, if even one person shows up for that talent of yours, that's a big deal. You are changing that one person's life, and that should not be taken lightly. And don't feel any less than, like I said, if you have, less than a certain amount of subscribers or followers or, a support system or, a big support system or whatever the case. Because that does not make you any less in your field of work or in your line of creative talent. Okay? Because like I said, even if one person shows up, you are making a change in that one person's life, and you have to remember that. Okay, Scorpio? If you don't leave on your own, the universe will throw you out. So this, I know, is directly going back to those people that we discussed. And again, that's only going to resonate for a certain handful of you. But that's going directly back to this partnership that we were talking about. I'm getting the feeling that some of you are dealing with a person or a certain few people that are, again, blocking this energy. And you're trying to give them excuses, Scorpio. Don't give them excuses for being a block in your life, okay? Be honest with yourself about the relationship, about the energy that's being put in on your end and the energy that's being put in theirs. And if this energy is not happening, it's not serving you, and you have to be honest about that. And like this card is saying, if you don't leave on your own, the universe will throw you out in the most loving way possible. But when the universe has been sending you messages and has been knocking on your door constantly and is telling you, hey, this person isn't good for you, you need to throw them out. If you don't start heeding that energy, the universe has a funny way of separating it completely. Whether you were ready or not, whether you wanted to or not, the universe is like, I told you already, this person isn't good for you. You didn't want to listen, so here we go. And just know that as disheartening as it can be sometimes, it is for your greatest good, Scorpio. especially now with this transformation energy happening this month. Okay? And it's not just you. Most, if not all, of the zodiacs are going through some kind of transformation. Maybe not the same transformation, but I've been getting a lot of energy of, yes, this butterfly energy, and going through the different phases of life and embracing each phase as it comes, and allowing yourself to move on and through these phases more easily and with a lot more of that lighthearted energy. Okay? Oh, I lost my train of thought. I am so sorry, guys. This happens a lot, and bear with me, because as I'm doing this, I'm channeling a bunch of different energies and messages at once. So one thing wants to come out, then the next, and I'm like, whoa, wait. I need a minute to gather my thoughts so that I can translate them in English, okay? All right, but anyway, so just keep that in mind while you're moving forward, okay? If you don't leave, the universe will throw you out, but know that it is for your greatest good, and it is so that you can move from whatever stagnant energy you've been facing with this person, with these people. Release those blockages that come with that, and move forward into this energy that you are going to be embodying this month. And that should be very exciting. That shouldn't be as disheartening to you as it is exciting. There's plenty to look forward to, and plenty of these people that you are going to meet through these creative talents, and you honing these creative talents and these creative endeavors. And before you know it, you'll forget about whoever this was or whoever these people were. Or you might not forget, but you might thank them. Like, well, thank you for showing me what kind of a person you were so that I could more easily release you and now move forward to this new circle of people that I have surrounding me. Okay? And lastly, a divine partner is on your path. This will be a love like you have never known before. Amazing. So, going back to, again, this reevaluating your circle. This might, again, I said it before, it might not be romantic, it could be platonic, but this card specifically is for those of you who are in some kind of a toxic relationship. And I feel like last month's Scorpio reading had to do with something with a toxic relationship that some of you ain't let go yet. I'm gonna be straight up. Some of you have not had the courage to let it go yet. You're still trying to give this person excuses and reasons why they should be here, knowing deep down that this person is not serving you. And I know that you know. I know that you know, because we've all been there. You know, all people, all zodiacs, everybody has been there. Being with somebody that they keep on giving these excuses, they keep on wanting to have their energy around, knowing deep down, their soul knows that this person is not good for them. So if that is you, if that is you, a handful of Scorpios, some of y'all in there, your partner is coming, okay? To be more all-encompassing, this group of people, because for some of you it's one person, for some of you it's going to be that friend group, but this person, this group of people is coming into your life. There's no question about that, okay? But you have got to let go of whatever that stagnant group is, whatever that toxic relationship is that I know some of y'all have not gotten rid of yet. And that's okay. Everybody goes by their time, on their pace. So no judgment here. No, pointing fingers saying, oh, you should have done this a long time ago, blah, blah, blah. No. I get it. Trust me. We have all been there. But it is time to find the courage within yourself and find the love for yourself to know that this person is no longer serving your journey. This person is now serving to teach you a lesson so that you can release them. Take that lesson with you when it comes to making friends and having these people around in your life that are supposed to be here, and knowing what these people look like and knowing what these people feel like on a spiritual level. And taking that with you as you are moving forward in this transformational part of your journey. Okay? That's where some of this lightheartedness is going to come from. That is where a lot of this beautiful energy is going to come from those people that are around you as well. And having those frequencies around will help you to move further and deeper into this beautiful energy we have over here. Okay? But you can't do that until you allow yourself to release this. And again, if you don't allow it, the universe is going to do it itself. Okay? So, however you want to go about that, Scorpio, that is completely up to you. But it would behoove you to find this courage within yourself, to find that energy, to find that love for yourself, to say, hey, this isn't working anymore. You've become a block in my life, and it's time for me to move on to something bigger and something better. And although the energy of moving forward into the unknown can be sometimes scary and weird and, uncomfortable, remember that the outcome will be so amazing for you. Okay? So please remember these things moving forward, my dear and darling Scorpios. I know it's hard to release toxicity, but it can be done, and you will do it. Okay? This month is going to be a beautiful month of wonderful energies and transformations happening in most of our lives. Take advantage of it. This is a beautiful time for all of us. Okay? All right, Scorpio, that is what I have for you for the beginning of November, and I will see you all again for our mid-month check-in. Okay? Bye!